বহা যদি হৈ যায় মোৰ চাইবাৰটো হৈ যাব এতিয়া ৱাটচ টাইমটো বঢ়াব এইটো ইমান কষ্ট
相変わらずやかましいやつらだ。今度は背中合わせでいくわよ。っしゃ第7班ここに復活だってばよ。
もうちょっとচাপা খালো হাত খালো ভাত ভাত খাব আহিবানে তুমি দা কিবা এটা তুমি ভাতকেইটা খাই আহিবাগৈ এই যাব তাত গ'ল তাত বহিব কথা চথা পাতিব বস নে ফটোটা পুরো এবাৰে আহিলে হ'ল খোজকাঢ়ি অকণমান ঘূৰিও আহিলে লাইনডালো নাই उठा नहीं ना मिनट 6 मिनट हो
और यहाँ पे देख सकते हो इसके अंदर कितने पेट्रोल मिलते हैं। वेल्डिंग साइड ही बनाते हो तो आगे से 1 घंटे में 20-30 हज़ार रुपये का पेट्रोल ले सकते हो। तो लड़कों के बटन पे क्लिक करो फटाफट मेरा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करो और इतने अमाउंट से वीडियो लाइक प्रॉफिट मैंने किया अपने चैनल क्या तो साथ में मेरा फ्रेंड इसका कुछ सीक्रेट्स और सब यहाँ शॉर्ट्स देखोगे और बहुत तगड़ा प्रॉफिट
তুমি 9টা 8টাতে মই খানা পঠাই দিম দে দৰ্জাখন মাৰি ল'ব
To stars who came out from nowhere, to the ultimate champions. Now, MWI is expanding greater than ever. Turkey, EECA, Africa, Korea, and beyond. We're stretching wider. MWI, where dreams get louder. This isn't just a tournament. It's your passport to the world stage. A spotlight for women in the EWC. No rules, no sins, no limits. Just this. We're vibrant. We're ready. We're limitless.
Dandruff keeps coming back? Your shampoo may not be 100%. Let's check. Use Head and Shoulders. Removes up to 100% dandruff and defeats itch. Protects scalp for up to 48 hours. So dandruff and itch don't come back. Head and Shoulders.
stand here.
Lane even in ISF.
Yes. How about the Dairoth here for Onyx as the man? Because we know for sure that the Dairoth is great versus the Baksha. Gonna be pick up, and obviously the Novaria from a few.
Yeah, we got to look at both players. Most used hero, 71% win rate. For the Valentina for Sun, 77% win rate. Novaria for few. Again, very impressive heroes where we saw doing quite well in this game so far. The stats is on the screen here. I'm looking at Onyx betting out the Grok as well.
Yep. My inference here is that it is a hero that can be used against the Kadita in a way that you spot out where the Kadita is. It's a push checker. I don't know if that's a proper word, but yeah.
It is now. You sit it on the world stage and what?
Okay.
4 million people watching.
That's right.
If we can go up to 6, that would be amazing. But the final ban here, coming in from maybe Brand, we will see if Brand rules. When Brand wins, I'll propose to my girlfriend.
W-Mans.
W-Mans.
Wait.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Yeah, do it now.
Do it now.
Why are you waiting?
Projection, right?
Yes.
You gotta imagine it.
Either way, do it now, man. Do it now. But Lilia getting banned out as well. They're really not taking the bait here. They do feel like this might be a key boy, Kadita. Now that they see this Brody, do they pick up the Bruno or do they still want the Claude?
Claude is going to be a solid option for Onyx, but if they don't pick up their gold layer now, I think they might be eyeing for something like a Harith.
Yeah. I was about to say that too.
It's a good hero. Maybe they pick it last. So now it means that they might pick up...
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Yep.
Happy anniversary.
They might pick up something like Edith here.
Oh.
It's the Faramis, of course.
1% ban pick rate, 100% win rate.
That's right.
And it's against a Faramis, against a Brody, 2 heroes that struggle against a Eve.
That's right.
This is what happens in a long series, man. You wait to hold on to your ace.
Exactly. You exhaust everything and then...
Bad Mirko?
I'm sorry.
Nani?
I said 4-0 something, remember?
You're not fair. You're not fair. Fair.
You're fair. That's true. Oof. Okay, now you're going to be looking for maybe a Roamer, maybe a Ruby actually for AP Brand because it can check the waves. Minotaur is also open. It's also a valid hero going up against Eevee. I mean, you don't catch the real world manipulation, but at the same time, you stop it from doing it. You do work. So they go Edith and the Khalid. So this leaves us with a gold laner. Would it be Harith? But that might be an overload of magic damage.
Yeah.
So they might just go standard. Go for Claude.
Yeah, go for standard, man. This is game 7.
Game 7.
You don't want to leave it up to chance. If they do pick up the Harif, then again, keeping their ace in their sleeve.
You know, Bruno or
Claude, yeah.
Yeah, Bruno or Claude, definitely.
I think Bruno, more consistent damage. Claude can do the same thing, technically with a lot of pressure they already have already, but Claude is feeling it. CW is feeling it after an MVP performance in the previous game.
What did he do? He went in their base and he said, fight me, fight CW. He took that fight, he got that wipeout. I mean, at this point, you got the momentum. Don't stop. This is for the World Championship.
And the thing is, if you're looking at to compare both of the lineups, we know for sure that this Brody composition from AP Brand is very strong in the early to the mid game. Come late game though, Deceive with the Claude, and then you have the Kadira factor. It's gonna be hard to control the map. AP Brand, they might win this best of 7. They should win this best of 7 only with their standard playstyle, their early game.
To everyone tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last game of the M5 World Championship, where either the Golden Road will be completed or the World Tour be completed. We're jumping into the game. where this game will determine the world champions.
Global legend.
There's no other way to see it happen. One last time. Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Give it up for the two teams.
Now, Keyboy as well as Oakwood, man-to-man defense, looking at each other here. Looks like this time maybe Brand is opting not to go aggressive into the jungle. Kyrie, for once, will have an easier time farming up to level 4.
CW opted to go for the Purify, knowing that it can be gone upon by Ogwin. And obviously, FlapTZ can go for the Flicker plays, we know. I can eliminate the Goldaner easily. So Wind of Nature might be rushed here by CW. Maybe his third item, or maybe fourth.
Okay, some damage placed down. Quick Sand Guard gets him a bit more HP. Kyrie already looking for an invade. Caltese is able to clear it out. Just a big one though. Kyrie looking for a little small one. Retrieves it, gets level 4, and pokes Caltese, getting boots a bit more prio in the bottom lane.
And again, we gotta look at how Sans and Keyboy, I gotta say this duo has been doing well for Onyx, but the same can be said for Few as well as Oakwen. I do feel like with the composition that they both have, the mid duo is gonna be a very big impact in this game.
Speaking of the mid duo here for Keyboy as well as Sans, it's a tricky duo because you clear the waves fast, but you don't necessarily stay in that lane. It's gonna be up to Onyx on how to utilize this, Keyboy, Kadira, and at the same time, AP Brand, they don't have the best heroes to kind of check the bushes. Maybe Caltese could be there, but of course Few can save his teammates, but they're not built for this Kadira.
Few able to pull them in, but not that much damage. Both Sans as well as Boost just won at level 4. Caltese already leashing the turtle in a position where he can cancel at any moment. Kyrie thinks about it. Both Boost as well as Sans now level 4.
Doing the same thing. Kyrie with a shield unity into the back right now, able to connect it onto Owen, who has the Earth Shatter. And now the onward. First point Sans. FlapTZ finds him. The real revelation. The popped in. First blood secured by FlapTZ. Another round coming down as Boost deals some damage. Retribution battle still for Kyrie, but Few finds it. And that's going to be a skill from Keyboy. Owen with the primal Wrath. The Praisers Wrath. Owen gets the kill onto Keyboy. And Onyx lose out in the first turtle fight.
Oh yeah, definitely AP Brand. Want the turtle, want the fight. This is the usual story of this best of 7. Look at AP Brand to win early.
It's the early game for AP Brand all the time. They're the masters of the early game that we saw all throughout this M5. Every time that they win, they destroy their enemies in the early stages. And you gotta say, FlapTZ started the charge once again, going in for the Flicker play. In fact, they have both Sans. Sans forced to use the Flicker and the real world manipulation to try to keep himself alive. But in the end, during the turtle fight, he was a non-factor, and it's all thanks to FlapTZ.
Yep, now looking at the item builds here, the Clot has to delay a little bit just because he has to build a little bit of defense, but Boots getting attacked here.
Look at that burst. My goodness. Here goes Bursters as well. Boots, defensive penalty zone. Caltese dives. Flicker out. Real world manipulation. Popped down by Sans. Ogwin just posturing, zoning Boots away. Meanwhile,
looks like CW just wants to farm up safely here. And again, Onyx, they have to find a way to slow down the game while AP Brand has to figure out how to get these objectives because they've been getting the kills. They got the turtle. The faster they can get the out turns, the more space they're going to deny from Keyboy.
However, Few with 2 assists and a lot of late prio, able to get to level 6. It's actually almost a level ahead of Suns. Gonna be waiting for that. And that's a massive lead that AP Brand has. More resources, more EXP means that in the early stages of the game, yeah, surely they have the advantage and they can team fight. And eventually, they will activate Super Marco. Fortunately for Onyx, the turtle is onto the bottom lane where Super Marco is not at. It means that they might not suffer from the Brody, but at all the same, Onyx, they don't have the best tools to go up against AP Brand anyways.
Yep, and now we're looking at a turtle. Caltese initiated. Kyrie finds Flap. The Flap just wants to wait a little bit of time. He sees signs.
push him down. There's a good amount of damage. Caltese as well there. Both junglers at level 7. Flap on the turtle. No quick sand guard this time around. Kyrie picks up the gold buff. Meanwhile, up top, there's also a little bit of a gank. Oh, going to be caught. Taken down. Kyrie versus Flap versus Kyle, and it's Flap who takes it. Kyrie brought back to the team in the Shadow Stampede. The real world manipulation, not enough to take it out. Kyrie to the juke. And that is a trade. 1 kill up top for a turtle. for AP Brent.
Kyrie is one of the only junglers that can play a utility hero like
Exactly.
an assassin.
Little LDD thread the needle. It gets out and into safety. Unfortunately, still missed the retribution. So, still massive coming up from AP Brand. Almost a free turtle, if you think about it, because they didn't lose anything. At the same time, Onic had to just back down after all the investments that they did.
Few in the middle lane, very low, Netherrealm. Popped in, Kyrie brought back to the team and onward. Air shatter, connecting block, and high! With a rope wave! Oakwood falling, Few as well! Now it's Kyle! With a razor's wrath! Key! Boy! Finds the oddity! Another one on the Marco! Oh! But Sans picks him up!
This is why I say, man, Super Marco, as well as CW, they're developing a relationship. Super Marco came in and was like, I want to go down, but you're going to come with me.
And that's a positive trait, obviously, for Onic as they switch back toward their side. They give two assists to CW, 1 kill after that. Eventually he died, but that's all good for a Claude who's looking for farm in this early stage of the game. Most importantly, they have punished Kyle TZ, and Onic have recovered. It's gonna be good for the Illusion squad.
Hey, I just want to say, man, this time they're picking up the pace. Both teams are fighting, I would say, in a faster tempo here. Both teams are finding the mistakes, and this is what happens in the best of 7. Key Boy, I gotta say, very good counter engage.
Wonderful.
Coming in from AP Brand is like AP Brand, it strikes, but then Key Boy is just like, I'm just waiting for you guys to clump up.
And look at
I want to
his,
deal maximum damage.
look at his position right now. He's trying to pin down Super Marco without the flicker. Does have the petrify. Super Marco not feeling so confident, walking towards that bush, and that's a smart decision on his part.
I mean, at this point, he doesn't want to get wet, man. Like, he smells something, and he's like, I'm smelling a fish.
Kyrie smelling an engage. Flapteezy jumps forward, a petrify. He knocks Flapteezy out, but he's still able to get out in time. The big sand card buys him a little bit more time. CW able to bat away with a battle mirror image, but he did just bait out a raging sandstorm and a quick sand guard.
That's good enough because Miss Sans can pop the ultimate this time.
No petrify this time though. For Keyboy. CW no blazing to it. Flapteezy jumping forward on the Sans. Doing a bit more damage. CW trying to turn it around. Earth Shatter. Oakwood compromise.
Oh, look at the turtle.
Turtle. Calteezy finds it. A beautiful retribution. A beautiful macro play by AP Brent.
Looks like Onic, they just want to get some kills. They don't really want to contest with the turtle because we saw that they are basically avoiding the turtle. They just want to go in. They want to get Super Marco down because Super Marco looks like Keyboy has to use the rough ways to escape.
You see AP Brand pushing the envelope up top.
Blazing the wet on the Super Marco. Still able to disengage for now. Punts in the stacks to zone TW away. Does the same to Kyrie, and Boots is waiting in that bush. Flapteezy needs to back off. And Onic and AP Brent, both these teams.
Look at Kyle TZ. He's taking advantage of this chaos. He's like, hey, if you guys want to go up top, I'm going to go to your purple buff.
Massive win. The retribution, he steals it. AP Brand are making micro moves that eventually pile up. Great macro from AP Brand. They have regained the lead because of the small things that they have done, and they are doing it cleanly.
Oh yeah, very clean. Right now, Onic, it looks like they're being more responsive than being proactive. Whatever AP Brand is doing, they want to counter it for better or for worse. And AP Brand, I kind of feel like they're starting to understand the mentality coming in from Onic. So if you guys are waiting for us to make a move, well, we're going to give you the sleight of hand. We're going to show you the left side. Only take something from the right.
Proteus up top. That means Onic might go for the push here. And Flapteezy ever so on point with the defense. And the AP Brand are denying everything away from Onic. Onic just can't catch a break.
Look at the position from Onic. Everyone is on one side of the map.
Sans now engaged on right now.
No
Not able to
flicker.
pop anything in time. And falls. Keyboy in the midst of it all. Petrify. Rough wave. Taunted up. Cancelled out.
What a
Too
cancel.
bad. Kyle Teasy shuts Keyboy down. A turn of our memory onto Kyrie, who pops in. That tortoises Poissons. And AP Brent now with a significant advantage in the mid-game.
The mental distress, man, is getting to Onic.
That's right.
Sans now making mistakes.
And the problem there for Sans as well as Keyboy is that they're not tanky heroes. They're eliminated easily. They didn't have their flickers. And the thing is, the Lord was already respawning during that time, so Every single move that Onyx did in that fight is a mistake. And AP Brand punishes with a Lord take.
Right now, AP Brand 3,400 gold lead. Onyx, they have CW on this quad. It's possible. But AP Brand, I don't feel like they want to wait that long. They're waiting for that point where Onyx will concede a team fight. And then they might try to push to end.
Stampede, Kyrie with the flank. A weird angle, an off angle to catch AP Brand off. The Purify gonna be used up by few. CW claims the orange buff. Keyboy gets out of the taunt. Lord spawning back in the land of dawn, this time on AP Brand's side of the map.
It'll be the defense for Onyx. Fortunately for them, they have all the tools to defend. They have an Eve. And this is something that they can use to bridge the early game to the mid game. At this time, Onyx needs to go full anti-disaster protocol now. They need to just regain their part of the map at least.
Yeah.
They can use the Eve for that one.
So Marco able to get the turret up top. Kyrie so far is taking the opportunity of AP Brand setting everything up for him to farm for himself because he understands that he needs to get as tanky as possible.
Hold up, that turret. Ooh, still kept alive by Onyx. Now looking at the mid lane, tier 1 Boots holding it down, but the turret should fall. Tier 1 over to AP Brand.
You see that move coming in from Caltis. He's zoning out the members of Onyx by just literally walking down, and AP Brand are taking an easy turret in the middle. Further increasing their lead to 4K, and of course they're gonna get another turret. Now Onyx, their base falls.
This is not looking good for Onyx. You can hear the cheers coming in. AP Brand has the energy coming in from the crowd. Boost goes in, Kyrie as well.
Does the same, now taunted up. Brought back to the team. Tourism Point Sound's gonna be used up. Caltizi has the appraiser's trap, gets chunked out. Penalty down! By Boots! Caltizi, Reggie stands to the back. Keyboy leaving a flag right down. Goes in, but doesn't find anyone. Rough waves. Only on to one. Boots brought back once again. Ogwen, conceal, Earth Shatter. To lock Boots down. Kyle doing the same thing. Keyboy with the oddity. Caltizi locked up. Ogwen with the follow-up. And that's the Earth Shatter to lock Onyx down.
Onyx, they made a move. That was a brave engage. Everything went right, but the damage was not enough.
Mid lane base turret at risk of getting taken down. One more shot. Two base turrets. 10 seconds on the clock for Keyboy. 6 for Boots.
Admirable coming out from Onyx to go for the play. This Boots landed a beautiful penalty zone, but they didn't have the damage. And Sans was sitting back. In fact, CW was babysitting Sans during that time because he knows that the Khalid will eventually jump and they needed to punish. What that meant is that after the jump coming up from Boots, there wasn't any follow-up damage. Even the real-world manipulation is not enough because the Nether Realm is available. So Onyx tried to go for the play, didn't have the items to back it up, and unfortunately lost so much because of that gamble.
AP Brand now doing the Lord as Kyrie.
One against three.
No.
Brought back and taken down. Onyx on the brink. And AP Brand capitalized. Now on to Boots. DPZ. Keeper with the oddity. With the rough waves. The Netherrealm saves him. CW with a Purify. AP Brand are running Onyx down. Keyboy gets it on the South Balls. Super Marco has slain the mid lane.
There's no defense. Sans is down for 30 seconds. There's a fat million of waves in the bottom lane, and they have the Brody.
Mid lane gonna be cleared up right now by Boots. He's still holding on to the bottom wave.
The
Gonna
base.
clear out as well.
They're gonna
They're
end
looking for the
this.
base. They're looking for the base. AP Brand, the Sky King, has been taken down. The goal